If you need to borrow money, it can be hard to know where to turn. Many UK lenders offer personal loans, including direct lending companies, high street banks, and even crowdfunding platforms. As a reputable credit broker, Little Loans works with many UK direct lenders to help borrowers apply for the loans they need. Even so, it's important to know that there are options available, which is why we've prepared a comprehensive list of the direct lenders operating in the UK. Number 1. Everyday Loans. Everyday Loans offer unsecured personal loans from £1,000 to £15,000. Their loans are targeted towards those with bad credit, and their website holds information about improving credit scores and financial circumstances. Everyday Loans don't charge any fees for arranging the loan. The application process begins online with a form and a conditional decision in minutes. Customers then need to visit them in a branch to complete the application. The criteria that customers need to meet to apply for an everyday loan is simply over 18 and in full-time employment. However, they will look at your credit history to determine whether you will be approved. Everyday Loans strongly position themselves as a lender for people with bad credit, and their website is filled with content about how to improve credit, what to do if you file for bankruptcy, and how to consolidate debts. They seem to take a more personal approach to lending. Once you have completed the short online form, you'll be given a conditional decision in only a few minutes. You'll then need to pop into a branch to complete the application. If you like dealing with people face-to-face, then you'll most likely find this process comforting. However, if you're looking for a convenient loan application, then this probably isn't the right route for you, as their branches are only in a handful of towns and cities across the UK. The personal approach has seemed to work for Everyday Loans, and generally they appear to help their poor credit customers. The website could do with a little more information on it about loan terms, but I expect any questions are answered during the appointment in branch. Number 2. Cashfloat. Cashfloat offer loans between £300 and £1,000 to be repaid over a term of between 1 and 4 months at a representative APR of 611.74%. New customers can borrow up to a maximum of £500. However, if you prove to be trustworthy and repay the loan on time, then you'll be eligible to apply for the full £1,000. To apply to Cashfloat, you can fill out the application on their website and choose whether your repayment date is a certain date or a certain date of the month, last Friday of every month. You will need to provide details of your incomings and outgoings and employment details in order to assess your affordability and creditworthiness, which then goes towards the loan decision. If you're declined by Cashfloat, they will ask you to provide permission for them to pass you through to another lender. This means that if you are declined, you should be able to find a lender better suited to your circumstances. Cashfloat offer one of the cheapest representative APRs in the market at 611.74%. They don't charge any fees for arranging the loan or for early repayment. In fact, if you do repay your loan early, you'll end up paying less interest in the long run. The only fee that Cashfloat charge is a default fee of £15 if you miss a payment. You'll also still accrue the daily interest until you settle your payment, up to a maximum of 60 days. Their website features a dynamic loan calculator bringing a set of benefits, including an online saving calculator telling you how much you save when paying early. As with any high-cost short-term product, the usual warning applies. If you have any doubt whether you can afford to repay your loan on time and in full, then don't apply. By missing or being late with repayments, you will not only harm your credit file but could be subject to a number of fees, which can soon make things very expensive. Number 3. Bamboo Loans. Southampton-based Bamboo Loans offers online personal unsecured loans between £1,000 and £8,000. It is worth noting that if approved, the actual rate you'll be offered will be determined by your personal circumstances and credit profile. A bamboo loan can be used for a variety of things, ranging from home improvements, dealing with an emergency, or even consolidating multiple debts into one monthly payment. In order to apply for a loan with Bamboo, you must be a UK resident, not from the Channel Islands or Isle of Man, at least 21 years old, have a valid UK debit card, not be bankrupt, and of course, be able to afford the monthly payments. If you tick those boxes, Bamboo will consider every case individually and will look at your unique circumstances before making a decision. This means if you are yet to build up a good credit history, Bamboo will still consider you for a loan. If you want to check whether or not you will be accepted for a Bamboo loan and compare them against similar products, then click "Will I get accepted?" above and start a Choose Wisely loan search. It takes 2 minutes and won't impact your credit score. Bamboo Loans are a Southampton-based lender set up in 2014. They offer unsecured personal loans of £1,000 to £8,000, repaid over 1 to 5 years. Bamboo Loans exist to help those who maybe cannot be helped by high street banks. Although they have a representative 59.7% APR, the rates they offer are tailored to each customer's circumstances and so will differ by individual. Reviews for Bamboo Loans online are excellent. Trustpilot has a number of reviews commending the simplicity of their application process, the speed of payout, and the efficiency of their staff. Bamboo Loans are a reputable loan provider with all the main product features you'd expect from a modern lender. Praised heavily for their simple application process and friendly customer service, you are sure to have a good experience with Bamboo. However, be sure this is the right product for you, as if your credit history is squeaky clean, there are cheaper options available. Number 4. Drafty Credit. Drafty is owned by Gain Credit LLC, who also own the short-term lending stream. To qualify for Drafty, you must be at least 18 years old, be in employment earning over £1,250 a month, and live in the UK with an active bank account and debit card. The application is carried out all online, and as part of the process, you will subject to credit and affordability checks. If approved, you will be offered a credit limit of up to £3,000, which can be reused. The minimum monthly repayment will be dependent on your limit and will be outlined in your initial agreement. However, you can log into your app at any time to check required repayment details. The cost of using Drafty is 0.18% per day, meaning the more you borrow and the longer you take to repay, the more expensive it becomes. Drafty do not charge late or early repayment fees. Drafty is a line of credit and is an alternative to a typical loan. If approved for Drafty, you will be granted a credit limit ranging from £50 to £3,000. The amount you will be offered will be dependent on your credit file and details submitted in your application. The key benefit of a credit line versus a loan is flexibility, and with Drafty, you are free to use as little or as much of your credit limit as you like. If you keep your account in a healthy state, you can also reuse it. What I mean by healthy is making your minimum repayments and not constantly maxing out your account. You can also save on interest by repaying more than the minimum payments. In terms of cost, the more you borrow and the longer you take to repay, the more it costs. Drafty works best if you borrow a small amount when you need it and then repay it as quickly as you can. Your Drafty account is all on the Drafty app, which makes managing Drafty really convenient. You can use the app to check the status of your credit line, how much you've borrowed, and when your minimum payments are due. From checking Trustpilot, Drafty is scored excellent, showing their customers rate the product. In terms of repayments, if you are late, you will not be charged a fee. However, it may impact your credit file and your limit may be reduced or even removed. Bear in mind you may have to pay more interest if paying only the minimum monthly payments. In summary, if you find yourself regularly relying on small loans near the end of the month, Drafty may be a cheaper and more convenient alternative. Number 5. Guarantor My Loan. Guarantor My Loan are a guarantor lender founded in Norfolk and have been trading since 2014. They use a peer-to-peer model and are funded by individual investors rather than a bank or other equity lender, which is quite unusual for guarantor lenders. Financing the business this way means that they will have a decent pool of funds to lend to borrowers. However, this doesn't mean that they will lend to anyone. Guarantor My Loan will also be quite choosy who they give their loan to, as they need to give the investors a return of between 8% and 10%. They do have some perks for their customers. There are no hidden fees or charges, and if you make each repayment in full and on time, then at the end of the loan you'll receive a nice thank you from Guarantor My Loan, 1 month's installment as cash back. At the time of writing, they rated excellent on Trustpilot, which fits in with their relatively high customer sentiment score on Choose Wisely. There's also nothing particularly negative on their social media or press coverage too, which is comforting for those looking to apply. Their application process does let them down somewhat, and the fact that they provide guarantor loans, which come with their own complications, drags their simplicity score and total down. Guarantor My Loan comes with the standard guarantor loans health warning. Guarantor loans are a solution suited to people with a very specific set of circumstances, but if you think you're not going to be able to make your repayments, don't put a friend or family member in the position where they will have to pick up the bill for you. If you're considering becoming a guarantor for someone borrowing from Guarantor My Loan, it pays to think carefully. If you do decide that you want to help someone out, there may be cheaper ways to do it, including lending the money to them yourself or taking out a loan in joint names. Guarantor My Loan has a pretty good reputation, which is evident from their online reviews. It's rare to find a guarantor lender that uses the peer-to-peer model and also one that allows a spouse to act as guarantor, so this could be worth exploring if it suits you. Beware of a longer than average application process though, especially if you need funds fairly quickly.